In recent months, the entertainment world has been shaken by rumors and allegations swirling around one of its most powerful figures, Sean "Diddy" Combs. A man once seen as an untouchable titan in the music and fashion industries, Diddy now finds himself at the heart of a scandal that threatens to expose the dark side of Hollywood's elite. The industry that once celebrated him now stands on the precipice of one of the most explosive controversies in recent memory. It all started with a chilling statement made on a popular podcast hosted by Joe Rogan, where guests and insiders hinted that a list, known only as the Diddy list, could potentially expose the names of high-profile figures involved in illicit activities. These figures, many of whom have long been viewed as untouchable in Hollywood circles, are now facing scrutiny that could unravel their careers and reputations forever. Rogan, in his usual unfiltered style, suggested that the music mogul might have been involved in a series of actions that go far beyond the public's knowledge. As the conversation veered into territory that could destroy the image of Diddy, the implications became clear. What was once seen as a baseless rumor could be a scandal that would rival or even eclipse the infamous Jeffrey Epstein case. Rogan and his guests speculated that Diddy, much like Epstein, had ties to an underground world of exploitation and manipulation, where the powerful preyed upon the vulnerable. The podcast revelation: Joe Rogan's bold predictions. Joe Rogan, known for his willingness to entertain controversial topics and discuss explosive ideas, dropped a bombshell during an episode of his podcast. The conversation quickly escalated as Rogan hinted at the existence of a shadowy network that could involve some of the most powerful figures in entertainment. The mention of the Diddy list sent shockwaves across social media, with fans and industry insiders alike speculating about the potential fallout. As the podcast episode continued, Rogan teased that the names on this list could be far more influential than anyone had anticipated. He spoke about a vast web of connections, suggesting that many of the individuals involved in Diddy's world of parties, excess, and celebrity were now facing legal scrutiny. According to Rogan, the situation could soon lead to arrests, public exposure, and the unraveling of careers that had been built on a foundation of secrecy. Rogan even made the unsettling suggestion that Diddy, much like Epstein, might be using his power and influence to secure his own survival by revealing the names of those who had been complicit in these dark activities. This speculative theory sent waves through the entertainment world as fans and critics alike wondered whether the Diddy scandal was set to become Hollywood's next great reckoning. The FBI raid and the legal battle months before the explosive podcast episode, rumors had already started circulating about an FBI raid on Diddy's properties. At the time, many dismissed these reports as sensationalism or conspiracy theories, but as more information surfaced, the true nature of the situation began to emerge. Rogan, along with comedian Andrew Schultz, discussed the possibility that the raids were not merely targeting Diddy himself, but were part of a much larger operation. The FBI's interest in Diddy, they speculated, could be tied to the larger question of Hollywood's elite using their power and wealth to avoid justice. Some insiders, including Rogan, suggested that the raids might have been strategically designed to gather evidence not just on Diddy, but on others within the industry, who were using their influence to protect one another. These revelations painted a picture of an industry that was far more corrupt than anyone had imagined, where power was used to silence victims and protect abusers. The podcast episode gained additional traction when names like Prince Harry were brought up in connection with Diddy. While the specifics of these claims remain murky, the suggestion that figures from beyond the entertainment industry could be involved added another layer of intrigue to the unfolding drama. For many, this hinted at a far-reaching conspiracy involving the highest levels of power, wealth, and influence. Clive Davis, mentor or enabler? One of the most compelling elements of the Diddy scandal revolves around his relationship with Clive Davis, a legendary music mogul whose influence on the industry is undeniable. Davis played a pivotal role in shaping Diddy's career, taking him under his wing when others doubted him. For years, Diddy publicly praised Davis for believing in his vision, and their bond seemed unbreakable. However, in the wake of the scandal, the once solid relationship has come into question. Jaguar Wright, a former associate in the music industry, has alleged that Davis may have played a role in Diddy's criminal behavior. Wright's accusations suggest that the mentorship Diddy received from Davis may have had a far darker side, potentially influencing Diddy's actions and decisions in ways that were harmful to others. Adding to the complexity of the situation, Davis has distanced himself from Diddy, publicly stating that he no longer knows him, a surprising statement given their decades-long partnership. This public break between the two music moguls raises questions about the nature of Hollywood's power structures and the ways in which influential figures have enabled or turned a blind eye to the darker sides of the entertainment industry. Whether or not Davis played a direct role in Diddy's alleged crimes, his influence on Diddy's rise cannot be ignored. The backlash, defenders and critics. As the legal and media storm surrounding Diddy intensifies, several figures within the entertainment industry have come forward to either defend him or criticize him. One of the most vocal defenders is Jermaine Dupri, a fellow music mogul who has worked with some of the biggest names in hip-hop. Dupri has dismissed the allegations as an overblown reaction, suggesting that the FBI's interest in Diddy was unnecessary. He argued that wealthy individuals like Diddy often face legal challenges, and he downplayed the gravity of the situation. However, Dupri's defense of Diddy has not come without consequences. Critics have pointed out that Dupri's insistence on standing by Diddy, despite mounting evidence and accusations, raises serious questions about the culture of silence and complicity that exists within the entertainment industry. Some have speculated that Dupri's loyalty to Diddy may be driven by personal or professional motivations, rather than a true belief in his innocence. On the other hand, figures like Bow Wow, who has worked closely with Dupri, have added fuel to the fire with their comments about Diddy's infamous parties. These comments have only deepened the mystery surrounding Diddy's social gatherings and the activities that took place behind closed doors. It is clear that the fallout from these revelations is not just a matter of legal battles, but a broader cultural reckoning within the industry. The silent treatment. Dr. Dre and other celebrities among Diddy's many collaborators is Dr. Dre, another legendary figure in the music industry. The two have shared a professional bond for years, with Dre contributing to some of Diddy's most iconic moments in music. However, as Diddy's legal troubles intensify, Dre has chosen to remain silent. His refusal to publicly comment on the situation, despite their long-standing relationship, has raised eyebrows. Dre's silence is particularly striking given the history of legal troubles that have surrounded him, including past controversies and his association with explicit material involving high-profile individuals. While Dre and Diddy have maintained a professional relationship, their silence speaks volumes in the context of the growing scandal. The entertainment industry is often one of secrets, and Dre's decision not to speak out on the issue may reflect the unwritten rules that govern the behavior of its elite figures. The bigger picture. The reckoning that could reshape Hollywood. As the Diddy scandal continues to unfold, the implications for Hollywood and the entertainment industry at large are profound. If the allegations against Diddy prove true, it will serve as a reminder of the dark undercurrents that have always existed within the industry. It will expose the ways in which power, privilege, and wealth have been used to shield the guilty from justice and protect the reputations of the powerful. The parallels drawn between Diddy and Epstein have ignited fears that the entertainment world is far more corrupt and dangerous than anyone realized. As the pressure mounts on Diddy and others within his circle, it remains to be seen whether this will be the moment that Hollywood's most notorious secrets are finally exposed, or whether the scandal will fade into obscurity. Regardless of the outcome, one thing is certain. The Diddy scandal is not just a story about one man, but a symbol of the larger issues that plague the entertainment industry. As more names and connections are revealed, the question remains, will this be the beginning of a reckoning for Hollywood, or merely another scandal that is swept under the rug? The Diddy List, Hollywood's darkest secret. The so-called Diddy List has become the talk of Hollywood, a mysterious compilation that allegedly contains the names of prominent figures involved in a web of illegal activities. This list, which has yet to be fully revealed, is believed to hold the key to a massive scandal that could shake the entertainment industry to its core. According to sources, the list could contain the names of some of Hollywood's most influential and untouchable individuals. The connection to Diddy has only added fuel to the fire, as it is rumored that he may have been a key player in orchestrating these alleged activities. The existence of such a list raises critical questions about the inner workings of Hollywood's power structure. If the allegations are true, the Diddy List could unravel decades of unchecked abuse, manipulation, and exploitation. There are fears that the repercussions of such revelations could be catastrophic, not only for those named but for the entire entertainment industry. With figures such as Joe Rogan, who has alluded to the list on his podcast, fueling speculation, the idea that Hollywood's darkest secrets may soon be exposed feels more real than ever before. Hollywood's obsession with secrecy, combined with its addiction to power and influence, has allowed the alleged activities tied to the Diddy List to continue for so long without public scrutiny. If these names do indeed come to light, the fallout could be immense, affecting the reputation and credibility of some of the most prominent figures in the industry. The Epstein Comparison, uncovering Hollywood's hidden power dynamics. The comparisons between Sean Diddy Combs and the infamous financier Jeffrey Epstein are striking. Both men are accused of being at the center of vast and complex webs of exploitation involving powerful elites, secretive parties, and vulnerable individuals. Epstein's infamous scandal, which centered around the abuse of minors, was one of the most high-profile cases of its kind. Similarly, Diddy's alleged involvement in such activities, though not directly linked to minors, has raised questions about the extent to which power and influence are used to protect high-profile figures from scrutiny. The Epstein case revealed an unsettling truth about how power works in the entertainment industry and beyond. It's a system where wealth and status protect the perpetrators of abuse while silencing the victims. Allegations against Diddy, particularly those involving high-profile gatherings, suggest that the mogul may have been operating within a similar system, where the rules didn't apply to those with the right connections. What makes this comparison particularly chilling is the possibility that Hollywood is hiding a much darker underbelly, one that could involve a range of high-ranking figures who have used their power to orchestrate similar schemes. The pressure is now mounting for Diddy to either expose these figures or face the full force of the law. The Epstein comparison highlights the dangers of unchecked power and the system that has allowed such exploitation to thrive for years. The role of Clive Davis, mentor or enabler. Clive Davis has long been a towering figure in the music industry, credited with launching the careers of some of the biggest names in entertainment, including Whitney Houston and Alicia Keys. His mentorship has been pivotal to the success of countless artists, including Sean Diddy Combs. However, in recent years, Davis has faced growing scrutiny regarding his involvement in the darker side of the music business, particularly his connection to Diddy. Davis and Diddy's relationship has been described as one of mentorship and mutual respect, but some critics argue that this bond may have enabled Diddy's alleged criminal behavior. Jaguar Wright, a former associate in the music industry, has claimed that Davis's influence may have shaped Diddy's actions in ways that are now coming to light. Wright's allegations suggest that Diddy's rise to power may have been linked to a network of industry insiders, including Davis, who turned a blind eye to the more sinister activities happening behind closed doors. In light of these claims, Davis has distanced himself from Diddy, publicly stating that he no longer knows the music mogul. This break in their once close relationship raises important questions about the role of powerful figures in enabling or concealing harmful behaviors in the industry. Whether or not Davis played a direct role in Diddy's alleged crimes, the scrutiny surrounding their relationship highlights the complexity of mentorship within Hollywood and the music world. The impact of the FBI raid, a deep dive into Diddy's properties. The FBI raid on Sean Diddy Combs' properties has become a significant part of the story surrounding the music mogul's legal troubles. When news broke about the raid, many initially dismissed it as a typical law enforcement operation. However, as more information came to light, it became clear that the raid was far more than a routine investigation. The FBI's interest in Diddy raised suspicions that there may be much more at play than what the public had been led to believe. Sources close to the case speculate that the raid was part of a larger investigation into the network of powerful figures that Diddy was allegedly connected to. It is rumored that the FBI may have been seeking evidence not only on Diddy, but also on others who could have been involved in criminal activities. The raid, which occurred months before the podcast revelations, might have been a critical turning point in the investigation, marking a shift from speculation to a more serious legal pursuit. The timing of the raid is also significant. It came at a time when Diddy's legal troubles were already escalating, and his ties to powerful Hollywood figures were beginning to draw attention. While the public's focus was primarily on Diddy, the FBI's actions suggested that the investigation could be much broader, involving high-profile individuals across multiple industries. Jermaine Dupri's defense. Loyalty amidst growing controversy. Jermaine Dupri, another influential figure in the music industry, has been one of Sean Diddy Combs' most vocal defenders. Despite the mounting legal troubles and the explosive allegations surrounding Diddy, Dupri has publicly downplayed the severity of the situation, claiming that the FBI's raid was an overblown reaction. He has emphasized that Diddy, like other wealthy and influential figures, is often subjected to legal challenges, and he believes that the allegations may be exaggerated. Dupri's defense of Diddy has sparked significant controversy, especially given the nature of the allegations. Critics have pointed out that his staunch loyalty to Diddy in the face of growing evidence raises questions about the culture of silence and complicity within the music industry. The fact that Dupri, a close associate of Diddy, continues to defend him so ardently suggests that there may be deeper personal or professional reasons behind his actions. Some critics also argue that Dupri's defense of Diddy could be seen as an attempt to protect his own reputation and connections within the industry. By supporting Diddy, Dupri is signaling to others that he remains untouchable, despite the troubling revelations coming to light. This dynamic, where influential figures protect one another to maintain their status and influence, further illustrates the insular and secretive nature of the entertainment industry. The silence of Dr. Dre. A powerful figure's complicated position. Dr. Dre is one of the most influential figures in the history of hip-hop and the broader music industry. Over the years, he has worked with some of the most significant names in music, including Sean Diddy Combs. However, as Diddy's legal troubles have escalated, Dre has remained notably silent about the situation. This silence has been interpreted by some as an attempt to distance himself from the controversy, while others suggest that Dre is choosing not to speak out for reasons of self-preservation. The silence of Dr. Dre is particularly significant, given his long-standing relationship with Diddy and the history of legal issues that have surrounded Dre in the past. Many fans and industry insiders have pointed out that Dre, despite his close ties to Diddy, has avoided making any public comments regarding the allegations against him. This strategic silence has led to speculation that Dre may be trying to protect himself from being drawn into the scandal, or even facing legal repercussions of his own. Additionally, Dre's silence contrasts with the public statements of other industry figures who have weighed in on the situation. While some, like Jermaine Dupri, have openly defended Diddy, Dre's decision to remain quiet speaks volumes. It suggests that, even within the inner circles of the music industry, loyalty can quickly turn to silence when the stakes are high and reputations are on the line.